Well, a very good afternoon. My name is Joseph Kamau. This is Younib TV News at 1. Now, on to the first story. Kericho Governor Eric Mutai can now breathe a sigh of relief after the Senate voted overwhelmingly to dismiss his impeachment by the Kericho County Assembly. Due to legal technicalities, the trial ended before even it began, as the Senate spent the majority of the day considering objections to the criteria for his removal by the County Assembly.
Mr. Speaker, sir, it can be taken as an absolute fact that it was actually 31 people who voted, and that that what was required was 31.3.
You cannot have a fraction of human beings reduced to the lower number.
Allow the House to proceed and ensure that there is procedural fairness.
Ayes at 34, nays at 10, abstention at 0. The hearing proceedings on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai, the Governor of Kericho County, hereby terminates.
One of the things that I think was very personal was those issues of sexual things that were really very wild in nature and so much uncalled for. It becomes very painful when people, fabricate stories. Others are coached and are given money to come and make false statements that has potential of destroying our home.
Now, on to a sad story. Detectives in Nairobi are investigating the murder of a 22-year-old Mount Kenya University student. Her body was discovered in a maize plantation in Kiamunyi, Rongai, on a Monday afternoon. Her personal belongings, including a student ID, national ID, and travel receipts from Thika to Nairobi, were also discovered alongside her body. Now, the detectives are investigating the cause of her death while trailing her killers.
At the moment nilikuwa napita hapo kwa njia, kulikuwa na shamba imepandwa mahindi kando. Sasa mimi kupita nikaona mwili ya mtu imelala hapo kwa hiyo shamba. Sasa tulikuja kwa akili yangu, mimi nilifikiria ni kama maybe anaweza kuwa alikuwa analima alafu ameanguka.
At about midday we got a report that there was a dead body. This is a scene possibly of murder.
Even the family, deceased family, that I'm going to do all the necessary until I catch up with the offender or offenders so that justice can be prevailed.
Now, on matters health, faith-based health institutions are now demanding payment of over 7 billion Kenyan shillings owed by the National Health Insurance Fund (NHIF) before enrolling in the new medical system under the Social Health Authority (SHA). The demand comes despite the government's vow to disburse 4.5 billion shillings by next week under PS Harry Kimtai.
This afternoon, the committee is going to sit to review, because we've already secured 1.5 billion Kenya shillings to start dispersing to all the healthcare facilities. We've done this because we needed transparency in the whole process, because previously some facilities were receiving payments, some were not. Today, they have come up with a formula that we are going to use to pay these debts. We've given them the assurance that the claims starting from 1st of October, as we roll out the social health insurance, will be given again priority so that we do not accumulate any debt going forward. The reason why we brought these reforms was because of the huge outstanding bills that are owed to the health facilities.
Now, Tana River County residents have been displaced to improvised camps due to deteriorating security during interclan clashes, which have resulted in the death of 18 people. Several schools have closed down, leaving candidates preparing for the national exams with uncertainty. Governor Dado Godana was questioned by the DCI for the second time, while other leaders faced the wrath of the Cohesion Commission.
Wanatuambia tuchange pesa ya kusimamia postmortem wakati sisi tunahitaji postmortem. Sisi hatukuhitaji. Si mtu ameugua hospitali ndio tukamleta ikawa tunagharamia bila hospitali.
Sisi kama Waislamu tunaposikia jambo kama hili, Waislamu wako mahali wamekaa na hawajazikwa, basi kinatuma kwa sababu tutatandikwa kiboko na Mwenyezi Mungu.
Sisi ndio tumefelewa, nyoyo zetu zinauma, tunataka ile mili twende tukaizike, na huku pia tuko ugenini. Hatuna mahali pa kujistiri.
Hata hii watu hata wakirudi huko hawana makazi ya kukaa. Tana River kuanzia Burra paka hapo Hambades, ardhi imechomwa, manyumba imechomwa, mbuzi inaporwa.
Sisi akina wanafunzi hatusomi, tumechomea mabagi, vitabu yote, manyumba tumechomea. Sasa tuko hapa, hatuendi shule, mtihani imetuacha tufanye mtihani.
Zaidi ya watoto 200 wako hapa ambayo shule yao wametoroka. Tunaomba serikali kuu ichukue jukumu la kwamba ende waregeshe watu madogo na watoto waendelee kusoma na amani ipatikane.
Wale wote ambao wanahusika katika hili jambo, tunasema Mungu awalani wao mpaka vizazi vyao.
Kesho haujui utakuwa wapi. Wewe mwenyewe unaua leo watu, haujui kesho kama utakuwa hai. Muogope Mungu.
Hakukuwa na heshima ya kutosha kufuata zile desturi ambazo zinafaa ili kumfanya gavana aweze kuapia vile wanataka. One person cannot wake up in one morning or one evening and say, I have dropped a message and so I'm arresting the governor.
What we need to do is to have a multi-party approach so that we work in tandem, the DCI, the NCIC, and the Ministry of Interior. And it's very important for us as NCIC that we involve the elders in the area.
Now we are going to take a short break. We will be back with more news updates.
Je, wewe ni mfanyabiashara katika sekta ya elimu, afya bora, usafiri ama unamiliki kampuni yoyote ile? Ungependa kupata fursa ya kutangaza biashara yako ili kuwafikia wateja zaidi? Usikonde. Runinga ya Younib inakupa fursa ya kupeperusha matangazo kuhusu bidhaa na huduma unazotoa kwa bei nafuu. Kwa maelezo zaidi, wasiliana nasi kupitia nambari za simu 0750344700 ama kupitia barua pepe marketing@younibtv.com. Jinyakulie leo. Younib TV, ever the best.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back. This is Younib TV at 1. Now, the Kenya Bureau of Standards (KEBS) celebrates its 50th anniversary on World Standards Day amid mounting concern about its role in guaranteeing product safety. Felix Kosgei, the Director of Public Service, warned KEBS and other companies against corruption and negligence in their task. He also informed the standards body that the government will review their budget to ensure they fulfill their full mandate.
For half a century, every time a mother pours milk for her child or a family sits for dinner, they do so with the confidence that we have built. Every time a consumer buys a product, whether a small or a large product, they trust the standards we have worked tirelessly to build.
We can't say we are celebrating 50 years when people are crying or when people are complaining or where nations are doubting our recommendation or our test results. We are all acutely aware that this country has witnessed several cases of goods unfit for human consumption, mysteriously disappearing from boarded warehouses later to be traced and found in the open market. We are also aware of buildings collapsing due to use of substandard materials. How does that happen? Some of you seated here perhaps today are guilty. So I want to urge all the regulators, all the watchdogs, to perform as is required and do their job. We can't have, especially as we speak, as the government is rolling out universal health care across the country, we cannot afford to have substandard medicine nor have substandard equipment.
When it comes to these markets in Europe and in other parts of the world, the issue of quality and accreditation becomes very key. And that is why it is important that we strategically position Kenya through KEBS so that our products can be accepted globally.
It's a good news for motorists who can now breathe a sigh of relief as pump prices drop starting today midnight. Super petrol will now cost 180 shillings and 66 cents per litre. Diesel will be ranging for 168 shillings and 6 cents per litre, while kerosene at 151 shillings and 39 cents per litre. The new prices are available until November the 14th, 2024. The lower prices are due to the average landing cost of imported petroleum products.
Mwezi huu mafuta inashuka kwa percentage fulani kidogo. Kwa hivyo tunaomba lisiwe likawa ni swala la kila wakati, baada ya wiki siku 14 mafuta inapanda.
Wale wametufail sana ni hawa wanasiasa. Kama hiyo tax wangeongeza, mafuta yetu tungekuwa tu ingekuwa constant, lakini hao ndio wametufail.
Kama mafuta iliongeza na shilingi 10 na wakapunguza na shilingi 5, bado maisha iko pale pale, hakuna kitu serikali imetusaidia. Tungeomba serikali iangalie mwananchi wa kawaida. Mwananchi wa hapa chini anaumia sana.
Now on matters education, early childhood development schooling ECDE institutions to improve schooling. Governor Kimani Matangi of Kiambu announced the building of 130 new facilities which are expected to be finished by the end of the year. Wamatangi underlined that the new facilities mark a new beginning for a sector that has previously been ignored and underfunded.
This is a sustainable program. We have in our sights ensuring that every child will be sponsored to get uniform, to get school shoes. We have in our program a training program for our teachers to ensure that they are all at diploma level and reach diploma level. Ultimately, we should have every child from every corner being able to get proper standards of education in a public ECD class, and that's the most important thing.
Well, we have come to the end of our news bulletin at 1. My name is Joseph Kamau. Keep it locked at Younib TV.
Jungle.